Sorry, I guess it's because I'm walking. My phone's trying to mute me. Sorry, I'm out here at Benbrook.
Okay. Well, listen, let me introduce David to my partner in crime, Brent Palmer. And then this is my good morning family. Let me give y'all a little background on David. You're going to have to be still for a minute. You're walking so fast, the wind's blowing up. So David is an unbelievable, successful guy.
Sorry about that.
Got where you at, David? You on?
Oh,
David. Uh-oh. Well, I'm going to tell y'all about David while he's trying to get back on. Okay, there he is.
I'm on. Go ahead.
All right. David has been in tremendous business opportunities his entire life. I'm going to tell y'all a name to Google. Mr. Jim Host, who was the guru and godfather of the branding world in SEC and NCAA. She also started a company called iHigh that David was very, very influential in the success of that platform. It's for high school streaming. Now most everybody understands where all that streaming comes from, but David has been successful in every single thing that he's done. That's one reason I asked him to be on. David has an infectious personality. And if you want something done, when I was at Hoover High School, he was my go-to. So I'm going to introduce y'all to David Bannister. But the thing I'm the most proud of, he is one of my dear, dear longtime friends. That is a loyal guy that I can't wait for y'all to hear him share about what has attributed to his success in his world. Go ahead, Banny. We call him Banny Buck.
Well, thank you, Coach. I really appreciate you having me on this morning. It's a thrill to be in here with my mentor, one of several. And I think if you certainly look at people that have had any kind of success, it's because of people like Coach Miles, Mr. Host. My first few bosses as I was growing up in Southern Ohio, Cincinnati, Ohio, my first job out of school. I've been very fortunate to have tremendous mentors and people that really invested in people. And you know, if there's one thing I really learned from Coach Miles, it's that, you know, relationships are putting more into it than you take out, because when you lift other people up, they take you with you. And, you know, that has certainly been the case with Coach Miles, Coach Host, and a handful of others. That my real philosophy is that all I have to do is be a little bit better than I was yesterday. I think a lot of people look at what they want to do and they think it's too hard to see that far down the road. And my whole philosophy is that I'm just trying to be a little bit better today than I was yesterday. And if I can do that, then, you know, I know yesterday was great, but yesterday's gone. The best thing that's in front of me is what's in front. And I'm always excited about the day that I'm in and the day that I'm working. And, you know, it's just a matter of mindset. It's positivity, and it's working through others, and it's giving back. And as Coach Miles can tell you, the more that you do for others, the more that gets done for you, and you're not even trying. So I've been very, very, very lucky that I've had a lot of tremendous, a lot of people, and I apologize for this wind, but, you know, I've been very, very fortunate to have a lot of great people in my life that have taught me that you invest in other people, and that just continues to be the case today.
David, tell us a little bit about what you're doing right now. I mean, I know you've kind of been, I consider David an entrepreneur in a lot of ways. So just kind of give us a little bit of background on what's going on with you right now.
Yeah, so I'm real fortunate right now working with a gentleman in Mountain Brook named Phil Crane, who I met working with iHigh. He was in charge of all the National Guard budget money. And he had this idea to create a cloud software service for colleges, so that when kids go to colleges and they use their student ID, we tie all of their services back into that student ID and that mag stripe. And that requires us to call on universities and talk to the IT staffs about taking their current technology, which is on local servers, and putting it in the cloud and putting it on their student IDs. So we started this business from scratch a little over 5.5, 6 years ago. We are now a $15 million company with 238 college campuses.
Let me ask you this, David. When you go to these universities, how do you close a deal with them when you meet with these president? Because we're all in a line of work that we like to try to grow our business and whatever it is. And how do you close your deal to make the deals happen?
Well, the first thing I do is I make sure that I'm talking to everybody up and down the chain. I think a lot of salespeople kind of jump the gun or jump the shark when they think there's one person to sell at a university. Even if that person is the decision maker, what I typically do is I look at everybody that's up and down that line, whether it's they're the entry level person that deals with it, or they're the highest person above it that deals with the three people below them that deal with it. I try to get everybody to the table, because in order to get a deal done, it's more work in the beginning. It's a lot more work, and it's potentially, I don't know, a lot of people say the more people you bring into the equation, the more people that can queer the deal. I actually believe that's quite opposite. The more people you bring to the table, the more they each convince each other. And you've got to have everybody on board to have a real successful win-win deal. It might happen if you get one person, then it might unravel because other people don't want it, other people don't want to do it, other people aren't on board. So I take all the extra time and energy to get everybody on board and bring everybody to the table. And while it takes a lot longer for me to close a deal, I generally close more deals because of it.
So basically, David, you go through an all-out recruiting process for what you want to accomplish.
Yes, ma'am. And I take no shortcuts. I talk to everyone. I don't pressure. I don't ask. I just bring everyone to the table, and I keep knocking down the questions. I keep answering the questions. I keep working through everybody at the university. And then I let them tell me that they want to bring us on board. But, you know, a lot of people that are in this field, especially selling these services and software to a college, they find that one IT manager at the college, and they're like, well, that's the person I need to have a relationship with. That's really wrong. You have to have a relationship with everybody. I typically end up having 13 or 14 different people at a school involved in my product and my sale, and I continue to have relationships with all 13 and 14. It takes a lot more time. I have a lot more clients, but I haven't lost a client in 5.5 years.
Well, that's awesome. And David, I just can't thank you enough for jumping on with us and giving us a little insight on your side of the business world. But I think that every single one of us, we heard relationships and how important it was. We just got to kind of use that. Coach Palmer, would you like to add anything to this morning to David? You're muted, Coach.
David, I just want to say that, first of all, have a great golf game today. And I know I've never met you, but Myra is, I know like you, she is like that to me. She is near and dear to my heart, and I'm so glad I got her in my life. And to bring you on, she's talked so much about you. And thank you for your time this morning, because I know I made notes today. I know one of the things that I always want to do is be better today than I was yesterday, just a little bit better, little bit better. And David, thank you for reminding us of that. And I am in sales. And one of the things that you said is the relationships and bringing people together and taking time with people is the art to that business. And thank you for sharing that, David. So happy Friday, and we appreciate your time, sir.
Thanks, David. Love you, buddy. All right.
Coach, thanks for making that happen today.
Yeah.
Hey, Myra, one last thing, and I know it's windy and it's hard to hear, but I would like to remind everyone, the thing that Coach Miles has really continued to teach me, and I really put in the forefront of everything, is to be as selfless as possible. I fight that because, you know, you get deals, you're rewarded financially, people love to be recognized. And I have never seen a more selfless leader than Myra. I've worked for a lot of dominant leaders that kind of lead through, that's just their way or the highway, and both ways work. But I got to tell you, it's so remarkable to watch what Myra was able to accomplish at Hoover by putting everybody in front of her. I have not forgotten that, and that is not missed on me. And I certainly try to treat everybody in the school, at the lowest level to the highest level, the way I think they should be treated. And I have gotten that from Coach Miles.
Well, you're sweet, David, but I had a lot of good mentors along the way. I have had a lot of terrific role models. So thanks again, guys, for jumping on today. You guys mean the world to Coach Palmer and I, and just look forward to seeing and sharing with you on Monday.
Coach, thank you for today. Thank you for everybody. We're grateful for you. Let's find somebody today and bless their life because we showed up in it. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back on Monday.